Okay, hello again. And I'm going to do the category scenario, which is learn CI/CD with Jenkins using interactive browser-based scenarios. So there will be only one scenario in this particular Jenkins scenario. So I'm going to start this, and yes, I'm going to start the scenario now. Okay, so there will be terminal, and as you can see, dashboard and a terminal, which appears here. So just welcome to Jenkins, new jobs, something like that. So this is our very basic terminal that we use for Docker. So at first, the environment has Jenkins server running as a Docker container. So you can view the status using the Docker ps command. So uh, I'll write it down. Docker ps. So if you're not familiar writing, so you can just click here, then the command will automatically execute here like this. So this command gives you, I mean, shows you that the container ID and the image in the commands, and how long it has been here, like the created date or month, and the stats. So that's all for the docker ps command, and when we move into the second one, in the step one, so this will be the command used to launch the container. Use this command to launch the container. So all plugins and configurations get persisted to the host at root Jenkins. So code identity opens the web dashboard. 15,000 is used to communicate with other Jenkins agents. Finally, the image has Alpine base to reduce the size footprint. So this is also to load dashboard, you can load the Jenkins dashboard via the following URL. So I'm just going to open it here. So as you can see the dashboard here. So in the next steps, you'll see the dashboard to configure the plugins and start building Docker images. So that's all for the step one, and we are moving to step two, which is configure Docker plugin. So the first step is configure the Docker plugin. So just going to open this link, clicking here. So these informations will shows up, and you can see the installations, usages, all the things you need. So just going back to the category submissions, category scenarios. Uh, so the plugin is based on Jenkins Cloud plugin. So when a build requires a Docker, so it will create a cloud agent via the plugin. So the agent will be Docker container configured to talk to our Docker daemon. So that's how it's going to work. So the Jenkins build job will use this container to execute the build and create the image before being stored. The Docker image will be stored on the configured Docker daemon. So the image can be pushed to a Docker registry ready for deployment. So tasks will be, so we have to install the plugin with the dashboard. We have to go to the manage Jenkins, and then on the configuration page select manage plugins. So here, and manage plugins page will give you tabbed interface. Click available to view all the Jenkins plugins. So just going to view all the available plugins. So there are multiple Docker plugins. Select Docker plugin using the checkbox. So I'm going to So I can search the Docker plugin. So okay, okay. Just click it. While on this page, install a Git plugin for obtain source code from Git repository. So just going to search that also. Just going to Git plugin. So I have to install this. Install without restart. So I've been selecting the Git installation and Docker plugin. So I'm just installing without restart. Okay, so here goes the process. This is the Docker plugin. The Git plugin is here. It's installing. Okay, so once we finish the installing, can go back to the top of the page. So Jenkins 7 can now be configured to build the payload. So I'm going to continue to the steps 3. So in this step, we have to configure the plugin. So once again, manage Jenkins, configure system, done, and at the bottom there's a drop down called add a new cloud. Select Docker from the list. Add new cloud. What's that? Add new cloud Docker. Alright, so we have a select the Docker. So you can now configure the content option. Select the name of the agent to Docker agent. So I'm just going to copy this to the easy this Docker agent, and the Docker URLs where Jenkins launched the agent container. In this case, we use the same daemon as running Jenkins, but you're going to split the two for scaling into the URL. So I'm just going to copy down this URL here, and I'm going to paste this. It's better. So use this test connection to verify Jenkins can talk to the Docker daemon. So you should see the Docker version number return. So okay, so I'm going to test this connection, and it says testing. Okay, so here comes the versions and the API version. The version of is 1.10.0 and the API version is 1.22. So that is okay. Then we have to move to the configure image. So a plugin can now communicate with Docker. So in this step, we configure how to launch the Docker image for the agent. So using the image drop down, select add Docker template drop down. Using the image drop down, add Docker template. All right, then I guess I have added Docker template. So in here, for the Docker image, use in all in images. So I have to yes, I have to copy this first, paste this, and then this image is configured with the Docker client available at this link. So which we will can go to the link and see. Okay, as you can see this. So to enable builds to specify Docker as a build agent, set a label of Docker agent. So set label of Docker agent, set label. Okay, okay. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm just going to paste this as a labels, and then Jenkins uses SSH to communicate with agents. So add a new set of credentials. The username is Jenkins. The password is Jenkins. So yeah, credentials have to add. So the username will be Jenkins, and the password will be also Jenkins. So as it described, I'm just going to add that. Okay. So I just add the credentials to the launch method via the device SSH computer launcher. So finally expand the container settings section by clicking the button in the volume. Right. So finally expand the container settings section by clicking the button. Okay, you will see that. You see, so this here. So the volumes, text box, and this. Okay, so just going to save this. Let's move to the fourth step. So yes, in this one, create build project. These steps create a new project with Jenkins will build via our new agent. So the project source code is at this link. So you can see the code in here. So the repository has a Docker file. So this defines the instruction on how to produce the Docker image. So Jenkins doesn't need to know the details of how our project builds. So I'm going to task to create new job. Echo to create new job here. And on the Jenkins dashboard, select create new job. So give the job different names such as Catacoda Jenkins demo and select freestyle project. So the build will depend on having access to Docker. So using restrict where this project can be run. So we can define the label we set of our configured Docker agent. So the set label expression to Docker agent. So you should have a configure of label is service by no nodes and one cloud. Select the repository type as a JIT and set the repository to be. So to do that, just going to press OK. Which is here. It's loading and so the label expression, yes. So the set label expression to Docker agent as we mentioned before. So going to paste here and set the repository type as a JIT. So I'm just going to tick that here. So the repository URL should be copied to this place. And okay, so if GD is not in the source code management list, you have to install the Git plugins as mentioned in step 2. So now we can add new build step using the drop down. So select execute shell. So let's see the execute shell. Here. Okay. So because the logical of how to build is specified in our Docker Jenkins only need code. So inventing them. So this example is the following. So just going to copy this and here. So the first stage lists all the files in the directory which we built. When calling the Docker build, we use the Jenkins build number as the image tag. So this allows us to version our Docker image. So we also tag the build with later. At this point, or in an additional step, you would execute a Docker push to upload the image to centralized Docker registry. So our build is now complete, and I'm going to save this what I have done. Okay, so let's move into the fifth step, which is build the project. So the task is build the project. So on the left hand side, select build now. So left hand side, this is the build now button. So I'm just clicking that button. It says pending for next available executed. So in the background, Jenkins is launching the container and connecting to it via SSH. So sometimes this can take a moment or two. So you can see the progress using Jenkins. So let's see the progress. Okay, so still working. So I have it tracking on this file which open before, so won't execute this command here. As you can see the Jenkins and the red hall images. So let's go check out this. So it's still on pending status. So let's continue for the sixth step, which is Jenkins. So we have to wait for it to configure itself. So this is not ready yet. This is pending. So we have to wait a bit more, little bit. So let's see this. Still waiting for next 20 minutes. Yes, as you can see now it's finished. Yes, as you can see it. Still get it and so we'll see from this. Yes, now you can see the console output, which is you can see here. And I guess this will work. Yes, it's working. And all these commands to check the server response, it's working because it just got successful. Yes. So I guess that's all for the Katacoda building Docker images using Jenkins. So that's the final step of Jenkins. So thank you very much for watching.